Generally speaking, ciphering is easy. Ciphering tends to be just a replacement pattern for every letter in the alphabet with something else. That is usually what we mean by ciphering. Encryption can be ciphering or it can be something else. Most of the times in modern encryption, what we do is make the whole text into a big blob of numbers, then do some math magic on the numbers and turn it into a different set of numbers. For instance, if we turn every character into a number based on where it is in the alphabet, it will just become, the text will become a long number. Based on that long number, we do something with it based on with some prime numbers, and then that's called encryption. That's very hard to do manually. For computers, it's not a big issue, and encryption is part of everyday life now. If you go to any website and you see HTTPS in the browser, that has been encrypted in one way or another. When you do a connection to your bank account, that connection has been encrypted and so on. But generally, ciphering is not what we talk about. Ciphering is just a replacement pattern for letter by letter. Very easy to do for humans, but also very easy to crack, especially in the day and age of computers. One of the reasons to just general ciphering can be broken is something called the letter frequency. So if I just come up with a map where A is X, B is P, C is Z, and so on, and E is C, and I have a text and I want to cipher it, you will see that if I cipher the letter E every time to the same character C, we will have a problem where, especially in English, the letter E tends to repeat itself many times. So any length of text will usually have around 13% of its entirety only the letter E. So whatever character shows up around that percent, a cryptanalysis would show that that letter, in this case C, is most likely an E, and you already figured something out. And as soon as you crack the ice, the rest of the things will just fall apart. So one of the things that we have to solve in a good cipher is not to repeat the same letter or same cipher character for the same letter all over. That is one of the problems that we have to solve in ciphering. There are many different ciphers like this, and usually always just think about it as ciphering is a mapping where you map something to something. Now, this is a rule. This is a simple set rule. If this, then that. If this, then that. If this, then that, and so on for the whole alphabet. You want to come up with something way stronger than that, because anything like this where A is always an X can be, and B is always a P, and C is always a Z, can be easily cracked in the long time. So there's two ways how to solve it. One way is that you have such a big set of unique characters that you cipher into, that you cipher a letter into, is so big and so vast and so unique that it never repeats. That's one solution. And the other solution is that you give a possibility to later on E becomes not C but a different letter, meaning there's a rule set to the whole ciphering where letters don't always mean the same thing every single time. Now, if you're interested, I've solved this one way in the book called Dice Cipher. Dice Cipher, all one word. It's this book right here. It's available on Amazon. We solve it there just by simply having a big, unique character set, what we cipher into. That's one way. For longer text, we actually allow repetitions, but they don't always mean the same letter. So that is how we defeat the type of attack that I was telling you, that a repetition attack can be done on ciphering. It's very, very important to do, and Dice Cipher solves it. So if you're interested in ciphering by hand and making such a good, strong cipher by hand that no computer can break it, then you can get the book here, and I will be explaining how Dice Cipher works in future videos, so please subscribe. It's going to be a fun ride.